The morning began in quiet domestic simplicity, the kind of morning where love reveals itself not in grand gestures but in small, unspoken acts. Deep, may I have some rice rolls? Little Nye's voice carried the tenderness of routine affection. Of course, Deep smiled, tying her hair up neatly. Your hair looks so pretty today, the girl exclaimed. You think so? Deep chuckled softly. Yes, very pretty. Their conversation, though ordinary, carried a warmth that filled the modest kitchen. The clinking of spoons, the steam rising from the pot, and the faint morning light filtering through the window, all of it spoke of a fragile peace that had been hard-earned. After breakfast, as they packed up to leave for school, James entered the room, his tone brisk yet calm. Ready to go, NHI? Yes, I've finished eating, good. Let's get moving. But before they stepped outside, James turned to Deep with a note of purpose in his voice. After we drop NHI off, let's take a look at some rental spots for the business. Right now? She asked. Yes, while we're already out. It's the perfect time, she nodded. All right then. By mid-morning, they were driving through the winding streets of the small town, the air filled with the hum of motorbikes and the scent of freshly harvested crops. James had already scouted several locations. There are a few places nearby, he said, glancing toward her. Most of them don't quite fit what we need, but I've found one that might work. They stopped by an open lot intersected by 3 narrow roads. This one's interesting, James pointed out. Three paths converge here. Trucks can come from any direction to drop off produce. It's ideal for a supply hub. Deep examined the spot. It looks spacious, but we'll need to make sure it's easy to maintain. There's another property nearby, he continued, smaller, but it connects to the same network of roads. I'll show you. They drove from site to site, one too small, another too narrow, one that required costly repairs. This one, James said at last, pulling up beside a shaded compound, has potential. The owner's willing to rent it, and the space behind can be cleared out for extra storage. Deep frowned thoughtfully. But we'd have to build a tin roof to block the sun. That'll take both time and money. James nodded. True. It's cheaper than the others, though. I still think it's better to pay a bit more for something ready to use, she replied. Starting from scratch will only delay us, he smiled. You're right. Let's keep looking. After several hours, they found a narrow but solid building that checked all the boxes. It already had doors, a roof, and electricity. The owner uses the front part for motorbike repairs, James explained, but he's fine renting out the back. We'd only need to divide the space. How much? Deep asked. About $1.5 million dong per month. She raised her eyebrows. That's reasonable, exactly. And this spot's on a main route. Farmers pass by every day hauling corn and cassava down from the hills. They stood together watching a line of ox carts rumble past, carrying bundles of produce. This is it, Deep said at last. It's clean, convenient, and close to everything. James nodded. Then let's take it. He called the owner immediately. Hello, I'm at your property now, he said into the phone. Yes, we'd like to rent it. 6 months to start. We can extend later if things go well. The owner agreed, and within minutes the plan was sealed. 6 months is perfect, James told Deep as he hung up. A year's too long, especially with the market so uncertain. 6 months gives us time to build trust, she said. And to show people we're serious. They both smiled, a small but significant victory. That afternoon, they returned to the site to begin light repairs. The sun hung low, its warmth coating the dusty air. James lifted heavy stones while Deep mixed cement by hand. You're doing it wrong, she teased gently, watching him struggle with the trowel. If you don't press it in properly, the layer will peel off when it rains. Oh really? He laughed, handing her the tool. Here, let me show you. She spread the cement evenly across the crack, smoothing it in firm strokes. See? It needs to bind tightly to the stone. James watched, amused. All right, teacher. Let's see if I can earn a passing grade, she giggled. Go on then. He imitated her movements with exaggerated care. How's that? Better, she said, wiping her forehead. Just make sure it's level. Their laughter mixed with the sound of scraping cement, two people quietly building not just a workspace, but a life together. Later that day, a familiar voice called from outside. James. Are you here? It was John, their friend from the nearby village. Come in, James waved. We're just fixing things up. I've got nothing to do today, John said cheerfully. Thought I'd lend a hand. They worked side by side until the afternoon light softened into gold. Dust clung to their clothes, but their spirits were light. When the last stone was placed, James brought out a tray of tea. Sit down, John. You've earned it. John smiled, brushing off his hands. You two have helped me enough times. It's only right I return the favor. James hesitated, then reached into his pocket. Here, take this. Just a little something to help you out. John shook his head. No, I can't. Please, James insisted gently. I know things haven't been easy since you got out. Think of it as a friend helping a friend. John's eyes softened. Thank you. You've both done more for me than you know. He stood, bowed slightly, and left, his figure fading into the quiet dusk. Evening came with the scent of smoke from nearby kitchens. Then, a knock on the door. Deep, my dear, an elderly voice called. It was Nee's grandmother. Deep hurried to greet her. Auntie, please come in. How did you find us? I've been observing for some time, the old woman said kindly. I know you've been taking care of NHI. James joined them, his face calm but cautious. The grandmother continued, I didn't come to take her away. I came to talk. Both of them froze in surprise. I've seen how you love that child, she said slowly. She's happy here, I can see it in her eyes. I've made my decision. Let her stay with you. Tears welled in Deep's eyes. Truly, Auntie? Truly, the woman nodded. I was busy for too long, and NHI grew distant from me. You've given her what I couldn't, care, warmth, and a home, James spoke softly. We promised to raise her as our own. You're welcome anytime. We want NHI to know she has a family, all of us together. The grandmother smiled faintly. Then my heart can rest easy. Deep clasped her hands. Please, stay for dinner. NHI will be home soon, she'll be so happy to see you. The old woman hesitated, then nodded. It's been too long since I last shared a meal with her. James grabbed his keys. I'll run to the market for a few things. And as the door closed behind him, the two women stood quietly in the dimming light, one letting go, the other receiving a life entrusted with love.